There, Dianne. Either way, the taxpayer will end up footing the bill for this court action. Many are asking, was it even necessary for government to go this route in the first place?
Morning, Joanne. That is quite a critical question in this case, particularly since there was so much vitriol spewed from both sides. Government, saying terrible things about the public protector. She alleging that they tried to waylay her investigation. The implications of that are some of the things that I'd like to discuss with Justice Malala, who's here with me this morning. Justice, we've heard government, the public protector, basically having a terrible public spat in court papers. What are the implications for the relationship between government and the public protector?
I think the relationship is at its worst it's ever been. I think what we've seen this past week, it's not just between the executive and the Public Protector's Office. I think it speaks about the relationship between the African National Congress and the Public Protector, the relationship between Parliament and the Public Protector, and I think actually the public and the Public Protector and the executive. I think to come back from here is going to be extremely difficult. I think it is very clear now that how power, and when I talk about power, I talk about the ANC and the executive now, views the Public Protector's Office is that it's obstructive, it's not cooperating in a manner that they would like to, and I think it's going to be, for the rest of her term, the next 3 years, is going to be very bumpy for her to stay in that office.
Now, what we've seen from those court papers is that the state attorney basically says that the public protector lied in her affidavit. That's a very serious allegation for one lawyer to make against another lawyer in a signed legal document. What do you have to say about that?
Well, I think this is not the end. I mean, you have what we have today is that the ministers have withdrawn their application for an interdict. We're here really to talk about the costs, but the real issue is what next. And so what next is that there's the state attorney saying, I'm taking you to the Bar Council, to Thuli Madonsela. That's one. Secondly, you have the ANC issuing statements in Parliament and from the Thuli House. Third, you have the Joint Standing Committee on Intelligence saying, this is fine with us, we don't see a problem here. So I think the next step will be to continue to stall, to find ways to push this thing out to a point where essentially we might never see the Nkandla report in the manner that Thuli Madonsela may have intended the public to see it. But I think you're going to see continually stalling, all kinds of stuff coming up, and I think she'll be tied up for the next 2 to 3 years on this issue.
Thank you very much, Justice. Well, there you have it. We'll be back later on today to look at what actually takes place in court. We're expecting an argument on costs. There could be a settlement before that. We're waiting to hear when court begins what's actually going to happen and how long it's going to take. Back to you, Dianne.
Dianne Hawker, thanks very much.
News that moves. eNCA.com.